Shalom, welcome to our final meeting of our 8-part series on Makom. This has really been quite a deep investigation into the nature of why Makom is so elemental to Jewish meditation, why it is that the Mishnah in Masechet Brachot chooses to emphasize this practice of the Hasidim Rishonim, who were shoheh sha'a achat u'mitpalalim. How it is that this kind of work changes us into people who can be rightly called Hasid and Anav. And what it is about Makom that aligns us with the very most basic presence of the divine and the reality that we live. In the last sessions, we've also been exploring how the Kav, the middle line that's within the word Makom, actually is a way for us to attach ourselves to where aligning with Makom leads us towards tikva, towards hope, towards prayer. And that this unique element of Jewish meditation, which is that our aligning with the stillness within, is actually a bed for the growing and the expanding of prayer and blessing that this actually makes a space for. So this has really been quite a deep adventure. And with this last class, I'd like to help us realize how much this another aspect of Makom is elemental to our powers of prayer. And that is the aspect of Makom which offers us bitachon. Bitachon means security. Bitachon means sureness. Bitachon means I can rely on you. And in fact, the very word bitachon has within it the letters tet and chet. Tet and chet are the same letters in the word tiach, which is the plaster you stick to a wall. Because the truth is, bitachon is really when you feel stuck together in a positive way, bound together with the divine, in a way in which you sense that you can completely rely on Hashem as supporting you and as giving you the place, which is the place which really Hashem has decided that you should have in creation. And so, especially in times when we're faced with challenges to our feelings of bitachon, especially in times when we feel like things are out of kilter, that there's something that's upsetting the normal balance of things, things are becoming less and less secure and sure, the kind of meditation that aligns us with Makom, which orients us towards having a bitachon in Hashem, that is really crucial, especially in times when things are in such an uproar, right? So I really want to offer us to recognize, before we actually go into the practice of the meditation, to recognize that real orientation around Makom aligns us with the awareness that Hashem has really chosen this place for us to occupy, this place for us to be in. That's a very deep thing. And in fact, in a beautiful passage in the Maharal, he talks about how actually din, meaning passing judgment in a deep way, leads you to realize how much of a gift your life is. And almost ironically, how, in a sense, secure you can feel in it. Because if you pass absolute and ultimate judgment on, do you really have a right to be here? Are you really entitled to your life? Be very hard to justify living, very hard to justify the incredible complexity of the organism which is you, very hard to really, claim that because of the things I've done or who I am, of course I'm deserving of this life. No way. The truth is that life at its ground is an absolute gift. And when you look at it with those peering and piercing eyes of din, of judgment, that's the point you get to. This is a teaching of the Maharal. You get to the point which is the point of chen, the point of Hashem simply desiring, bechinam, without any justification, that you should be. Of course, then subsequently you're meant to do things with your life. It's an incredible opportunity to be adding to creation together with Hashem and His creative powers that He's given you. I mean, there's so much to do here and so much that's an opportunity for us here. But the important recognition is my very being is your desire, Hashem. It's an expression of your most primal and original desire that I should have a place. This guides us into the kind of bitachon which is crucial, both for us to be able to live with the kind of free, and open playfulness, which is that the kind of attitude we're invited to be in with joy. This, by the way, is why Yitzchak, who is actually in the Kabbalah the teacher of din and of judgment, is called Yitzchak, the one who laughs. He will always be laughing. There's a kind of a laughter that this offers when you have that sort of bitachon. And I really want to invite us all into being able to get in touch with that. And one of the really beautiful ways for us to get in touch with that, and I think it's a beautiful way for us to complete this series of Makom and the meditations around Makom, is to get in touch with that aspect of having a Makom, knowing your Makom, being in your Makom, seeing how you feel when you know you have a Makom, seeing what you know when you know you have a Makom, and being aligned in that way, with that level of bitachon, to be able to pray from there. How perfectly it's the beauty of the Hebrew language that makom actually does rhyme with shalom. Because makom and shalom come together, being able to find the holism, which is the inclusiveness of what shalom is, to be able to hold the entirety of our presence and of our existence in a way in which we know that we are held and that Hashem is truly desiring us in our being here. And so I want to invite you to be in the meditation which I'll be offering for this final and completion of our series, and express gratitude for your having participated, and those of you who have responded and sent me messages, and if you haven't, you're most welcome to. It's really beautiful for me to know that there's many people out there, and there are, who are listening and gaining from this. And even if it's not many, however you've been gaining from this, I'd like to know. So please write me one thing that's a takeaway for you from this series, something which you've actually taken on as a practice by virtue of this series. And write me something which you'd like for me to continue exploring with you in a future series. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you.